It's like 4 o'clock and I haven't vlogged anything today. I got up super late because I went to the casino last night. And then I woke up and a client was texting me asking me if I could meet about a few things. So I ran into my office and now I am going home and Alex and I are gonna go get something to eat where, I don't know. We usually go to brunch on Sundays if you watch my thing at Cafe Patashu, and I was like, today I was like, can we please go somewhere else other than Cafe Patashu? Like, I mean, I love it, but it's like, do you guys ever get in the routine of going to the same restaurant every day? It gets a little repetitive after a while. I was like, please, just something different. He was like, yeah, whatever you want. He was like, what do you want, cheeseburger? I was like, yeah, cheeseburger, pizza, Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder French fries. I don't even need my sunglasses. Okay, it is like, but I look so bad. It is 63 degrees. I definitely don't need the heat on. It is 63 degrees and so nice outside, but it's like real gloomy. It actually feels kind of like, I don't know, like mid-April. But I don't mind it. I like these kind of days to read and whatever. Diverse-a-thon started on BookTube yesterday. Diverse-a-thon is where you read diverse books and diverse voices. And really what they encourage is that you read, what's the term called? Original voices? So it means like if you read a book by somebody, if you read a book about like a refugee, it's written by a refugee. Or if you read a book about like a gay man that's been bullied, it's written by a gay man that's been bullied. So I can't, oh, it's not called original voices. Why can't I think of what it's called? Anyway, God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I was just talking to somebody about this. Don't you hate that when you can't like think of something? Anyway, so I'm gonna do my TBR, what I'm gonna read for Diverse-a-thon today. One of the things, like the group book is The Underground Railroad by Colton Whitehead, which I bought that on Audible, and I started listening to it this summer, and then I didn't finish it, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the group book with them, which is about, like, slavery. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I love doing readathons. If you don't know, I'm on BookTube. BookTube is like a community of YouTubers that just talk about books, like Candle Community or whatever. It's pretty big, though. My channel's linked below. It's called Peter Likes Books. I love doing readathons. Readathons are usually like 4 days or like a week, and they have challenges. Diverse-a-thon doesn't have a challenge, like where you read like one green book, one book that has blue in the title, you know, a favorite book from your childhood reread or something like it. There's like a theme around it. And then you, like, they have sprints where you read for like 20 minutes at a time, and then they're like ran on Twitter and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And Diverse-a-thon is doing this thing this year to be all inclusive of like book bloggers, Bookstagram on Instagram, all these different social media platforms, which I think is super, super cool. So it's really about learning what did she say in there when I was watching the girl's video that talked about it? She said, we really want you to read some books that will make you uncomfortable. And I was like, from original voices that make you feel uncomfortable. And I was like, how could we possibly learn about things in the world if we aren't uncomfortable? Like, we learn because we're uncomfortable. And look at those eyes. Back in the day, I would say to the kids that I worked with in treatment, I would say, you know, like, we don't grow unless we're uncomfortable. I started watching this documentary last night on Netflix, and it's only got 3 episodes, and it's about this adolescent mental health unit in the UK. It's so interesting, but it so reminded me of working back, I don't know, addiction treatment's a little bit different than mental health. I mean, the approach is completely different, so it didn't remind me that much, but like the units of like having the kids live on the units and stuff reminded me of that. So anyway, so if you want to do a readathon, Diverse-a-thon is a great readathon to do. You can check it out on Twitter. It's at Diverse-a-thon, and it has all the videos on there explaining what it is. I also retweeted it last night. Or you could probably just put in Diverse-a-thon into your YouTube check or search, and it would come up. Anyway, I'm so hungry. I wonder what we're gonna go get to eat. So we just got back from Best Buy. Guess what I bought? Dun 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 dun. Do you know what it is? I just got a MacBook Air. I was really undecided over whether or not I wanted to get, and I don't even want to say this because I know as soon as I do, everybody will say something in the comment section. But I was really undecided whether or not to get a MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. And Alex just got a MacBook Air. And so I liked the lighter one better, so that's why I got it. Because it's for YouTube, but it's also, I look so bad today, but it's also for my writing. And we went to go eat at Puccini's, and I had fettuccine, and Alex had a cheese pizza. And now we're home, and I'm uploading the vlog from yesterday on my old computer, so. This is pretty much our Sunday night. Me uploading the vlog. Alex working on the computer.
Sci-fi author. So here's what, let's explore what other literary figures get her pages turning. Or offering. So I'm going to name some writers. You tell me which ones you think.
There's Tucker.
And I will.
Hi, honey.
Okay.
Hi. And we're watching That's What Happened Live.
What about Stephen King?
I think it's Hey, you guys. So I haven't vlogged a whole lot today. So I thought I would end it with me. I need a snack. I need a dinner is what. Like we ate pasta, but we ate it so early. We ate it like 4. Alex got pizza and I got pasta and I'm absolutely starving. So because I'm going back on my diet tomorrow, let's hope, fingers crossed, go to my so-called healthy life when you're watching this and see if I've uploaded a video. If I have, then I love, like, one of my things is that I love driving over cups that people throw out. I think it's so dirty. I don't ever throw cups out of my car, but I'm getting right. What do I want? I feel like I want a double cheeseburger, but I feel like I also want chicken nuggets. Let's see. Kind of want chicken nuggets.
Welcome to McDonald. Be with you in just a minute.
Okay. What do I want? Maybe I want a 1/4 pounder of cheese. But I think I really want chicken nuggets. I can tell you I do not want a Southwest salad. Buttermilk crispy chicken? That sounds good. How depressing is it that they list up here, like, the calories on McDonald's? Like, the breakfast is, like, the most fattening. That's what's crazy. I don't really see their dollar menu. Does McDonald's not have a dollar menu anymore? Oh yeah, everyday value. What if I just got all pies and a Coke? Coke. 4-piece chicken nugget.
Welcome to McDonald's. Breakfast or dinner?
A dinner.
Go ahead, what you ordered?
Can I get a 10-piece chicken nugget meal with a Dr. Pepper?
What kind of sauce?
Honey mustard.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
The total is $6.75 per window.
Okay. This guy is like always in here when I come through late at night. Like, this is the McDonald's I typically go through. He's such a nice guy.
$6.75.
How are you?
What's up, bro? I'm doing all right.
You ready to get off?
Man, you already know.
I ask you every night. You always say the same thing.
Yeah.
You got a long night tonight. It's just. I swear I know everybody that works at every gas station that I go to and every McDonald's drive-thru. My life. You guys are probably like, he's like the white trash shit. You like watch these vlogs like Roman Atwood, Casey Neistat, and all these cute gay guys and their couples and their lives are so pretty and colorful. Then you come to Peter Monn, you're like, this is the white trashiest vlog I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god, you guys want to see? Look. I was like digging underneath my seat, which my car, honest to God, is like really, really clean. I mean, like I have nothing on the floor. It's like I'm weird about that, okay? I'm really weird about my shit being clean. I found a Starbucks gift card. I've never seen this Starbucks gift card. I don't think I have. I had a client give me a Starbucks gift card, and then somebody from YouTube sent me a Starbucks gift card, but I talked about that one, and that's not that one. I don't think. It's probably already used. Anyway, so I was reading my comments, and somebody asked me about the Ouija board story that I had talked about. And so I thought, well, I do my final mukbang, chicken nugget mukbang. I might as well talk about, I'm just going to park right over here. I love parking. Like, I don't know why, but like I love parking in McDonald's parking lots and just sitting there and eating. I used to do it. True story. If you watch my main channel, I shouted out Bunny and Kay at Bitchin' and Eatin'. They do live stream mukbangs. I love them so much. They're two of the sweetest girls in the whole world. Shout out to Bunny and Kay at Bitchin' and Eating. Go follow their channel. They are just, if you like mukbangs, go follow their channel. Because I sent a lot of people there and people were like, why did you send me this channel, blah, blah, blah. But they are two of the nicest girls in the entire world. Bitchin' and Eatin' is their channel. If I remember, I'll link it below. But anyway, true story, I used to get food from here, and then I would go right over there and park, and I would watch their live stream while I was eating McDonald's. Who does that? Do you guys ever, if you watch mukbangs, do you ever eat while you're watching mukbangs? And then today, I was watching Michael Ritzy, who, like, I'm obsessed with this guy, right? He's like, he's one of the gay YouTubers that I have watched forever. He's like so sweet, so handsome. I've watched him forever. And he did a video on ASMR about how, like, he can't sleep and how he is, like, watches, these people got some damn food. My God, he has, like, tossed out 3 bags. She has a purple PT Cruiser, and on the back of it, in real big letters, it says Wicked. You think I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm crying. Do you see that? Wicked. Anyway, he did a whole video on ASMR. I was like, oh my God, and I was talking about starting an ASMR channel, true story. But anyway, so everybody keeps on asking me to do this. You can't even see me because of the light. Everybody asked me to do this Ouija board story. Okay, so here's the story. Please hold. Swing me from the highest tree. Mama wants you. Thank you. So, the summer after I graduated from high school, my friend Heather, she's the one that I talk about that we read the Linda Berry books that would talk about bounce on a fence, bounce on a fence, bounce on a fence. Do you know what I mean when I say Teresa? Man, wait till you get a turtle. Do you guys, if you don't know who Linda Berry is, go get her cartoon books. They are so great. The ones about Marlis and Maybon. But anyway, so we would hang out. Maybe it was the year before we graduated from high school.
So we still got about 2 minutes on Hot Friday.
Okay, that's fine. Why is it like so dark in here? So, Heather and I, and my friend Jenny, and Heather's boyfriend, and then Heather's sister Claire, we would all hang out together. And Heather's sister Claire is like, she's probably 10 years older than Heather, I think. So anyway, we would go over to her apartment and hang out and stuff like that. I don't know how. We were all obsessed with tarot cards and doing seances and Ouija boards and all that kind of stuff straight from the devil. I mean, we were all, you know, you go through that phase, like when you're younger and you believe in all of it. And I'm not saying I don't believe in it, but I'm just saying that, like, I don't know. Like, I believe in just about anything spooky, and I listen to Coast Radio. So, true story. Hashtag true story. But anyway, so we were kind of obsessed with all this stuff. And so we did the Ouija board. And it would be Jenny, Heather, Claire, and I, right? The 4 of us. And it started off, like, really innocently. And, like, we would act like we were pushing it and stuff. And Heather was such an actress that she would act like... It's just so funny. I just ran into Heather the other night at Cheesecake Factory with her grandniece. I mean, I am getting old. Anyway, so... we would sit there, and Heather, so like then finally nobody was pushing it. Like you guys know when you do the Ouija board, and you're like, you're pushing it. No, I'm pushing it. No, you're pushing it. And so Heather would act like she was so scared. And she'd be like, you guys, I'm not doing this. This is really making me upset. You know, this is really upset. You're not supposed to invite in negative spirits. And the whole story about the Ouija board is that, like, if supposedly, like, if spirits come through, like, positive spirits come through, that can come through, but, like, negative spirits sometimes can't. And so, I sound so foolish right now. But, like, if you use, like, the Ouija board, that will only bring, like, negative spirits through, because, like, you have to invite them in. And so, like, if you do the Ouija board, you're never going to get a positive spirit. You're only going to get negative spirits, supposedly, right? The last time I talked about psychics on here, true story, I got about 20 messages from psychics saying they wanted to do my readings, and every single psychic contacting me said that my mother had contact. Well, that's not true. Let's say 85 to 90% of them said that my mother had contacted them and wanted them to speak to me, but only on the phone. And they all said I had to talk to them on the phone. They couldn't talk to me through messages. So anyway, I'm like, I wonder how you knew that my mom was dead. I only talk about that in every video. But so anyway... But if you are a true psychic out there and you really do have a message for me, get in contact with me. If you can give me a piece of information I haven't shared on the worldwide internet, which will be really hard at this point, then maybe we'll do a call-in. I'm pretty skeptical at this point because I've gone through to so many psychics, and I've only had a really true reading from one that was really like, how did he know this stuff? And it was such obscure stuff that I was like, there's no way this man in a million years could have known anything about it. And he didn't know that I was coming to him. It was when the story I told about Tanya last night, when she went to the psychic first, and in the last second, like, we switched. So he was supposed to actually see her. So he saw her, and then I scheduled an appointment right afterwards. And so he didn't know that I was coming in there. I'm just saying, there's no way he could have researched it or whatever. But anyway, and it was even stuff Tanya didn't know. So, like, even if she had told him, there was, like, stuff that it just was weird stuff. So anyway, like, some of the things that he told me were, like, the kind of dog that I had growing up, and his name was Clifford. Like, Tanya didn't even know that. Didn't know that I had an Airedale named Clifford. Other things were like... Thank you. Have a good one. Other things were like, that my grandfather, like, what part of the military he was in, and, like, his funeral, and all this kind of stuff. So, anyway... But the Ouija board story, it is so dark in here. Like, why can't it... Is that any better? Anyway. You guys are like, I don't care. 90% of you only listen to these anyway. You don't ever, like, actually watch the videos, do you? So, get ready, because this is about to turn into a mukbang, and I know some people don't like mukbangs. But anyway... So we would go over to Claire's, and this was, like, a nightly thing that we would do, right? So were we in college? It was the summer before college. Because Jenny ended up going to IU for a year, and then she came back to be with us because she missed us so much because we're such great people. And we're so much fun. Gina, don't you... What was my friend? Her name's Jenny, but she spells it Jeni, and we called her Gina. Anyway, like the Gina. Vagina Jen. We had you guys have nicknames for your friends. Oh my god. Can I just tell you about these chicken nuggets? Love. So anyway... Somehow, the Ouija board told us that we were supposed to go to the cemetery. Okay, so we went to the cemetery out in the middle of nowhere. Jenny and I were such fools, I swear. Anyway, so we went to this the cemetery out in the middle of nowhere, and it was really, really spooky. And one night, I was driving home to go to my dad's house. Okay, so my dad and my mom lived about 20 minutes from each other. And my dad lived in a part of Indianapolis called Geist. It's on, like, a reservoir. And my mom lived in another part of Indianapolis on the north side. And so, like, after we did this one night, I was driving home. Well, I couldn't get down to my dad's street because this huge tree was across the road. And the Ouija board had said that something was going to happen that was going to prevent me from getting home that night, that I needed to be safe because something was going to prevent me from getting home. And I so panicked that I, like, turned around and went back to my mom's and stayed at my mom's that night, okay? I mean, all this weird shit happened around this Ouija board. And it told us, like, that we were, excuse me, that Jenny and I were supposed to go out to the cemetery. So Jenny and I, like, go out to the cemetery. It even told us, like it wouldn't like tell us and then we would go do it that night. Like, it would tell us and we would go do it like the next night. So we went to the cemetery, just Jenny and I. I mean, we go to this graveyard where it tells us to go, and there's like this coffin catalog with all of this weird writing on it, and it smelled weird, and it had these weird flowers on it. There was all this weird shit on this gravestone. And it's, somebody was going to die, we needed to plan their funeral. It was all real spooky strange. Well, this literally went on for like a month, right? Until Heather one night had this total nervous breakdown and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And she's like, this is so bad. We're inviting this negativity into our life. I mean to tell you, I seriously thought this shit was for real, okay? Like, I thought we'd invited some weird spirit. I mean, it was like all the time, like, we would be out at like dinner and somebody, like a waitress, would say something weird to us that had been said on the Ouija board, right? So flash forward, Claire and Heather finally get honest about all this shit. The year later, okay? A whole year later, they get honest about all this stuff. That they had been the whole conspiracy of the whole thing. They were telling these waitresses, you need to tell them this stuff at the dinner. Claire had this catalog from some funeral home. She had gone out there and put all this shit all over just to spook us. They had gone out there that night and followed me when I was driving and put the tree in the middle of the road. I mean, everything that had happened, they had totally done. And they thought it was so funny. I was so convinced I was going to have an exorcism. Oh my God. We had so much fun back in the day. Jenny and Heather and Jenny and I, one weekend when we were in high school, no, maybe it was the summer after high school. Let's see. Okay, so we all hung out together. We had this other friend named Dana, and Dana had a fake ID. She worked at Burger King, and there was this woman there named Naomi. Well, Naomi had given her, because they kind of looked alike, her ID. And so we would send Dana in to go get red wine. Like, it was the kind of red wine, Boones Farm. Well, I'm, like, old enough that we truly, legit drank red wine, okay? Or Boones Farm. Boones Farm, Wild Irish Rose, 100 Bananas, and Purple Passion. We drank Purple Passion. If you don't know what Purple Passion is, you're missing out. And I'm sober anyway, but we drank that shit like it was going out of style. So we would send Dana in. She'd be like, I don't want to go do it, you guys. And we go, come on, Naomi, don't you know me? Go in there. And she'd go into the grocery store and buy us wine. So we drank red wine this whole summer. Well, that song, Red, Red Wine by UB40 came out. And we would listen to it, you know, red, red wine. So we called ourselves the Red Wine Girls. That actually had to have been my senior year, because in my senior wills, we talked about the Red Wine Girls. But anyway, we used to go to Chicago and stay overnight. My dad would get us a hotel room so we wouldn't come back, so we'd be safe and not drive back in the middle of the night. We went to this comedy club. I don't know how. I mean, I'm telling you right now, you guys think I look old today at 44, but at 17, I looked young. I looked like 14. We went into this comedy club, and we were ordering all kinds of Tom Collins, and what did Heather used to drink that tasted like cold medicine? The gin, slow gin, it was, no, that's not what it is, but slow gin fizz. We ordered all these drinks. an old-fashioned that nobody drinks. Nobody drinks these drinks, okay? Like, if you go somewhere, people drink, like, you know, gin and tonics or, you know, vodka Red Bull or something. But, like, back then, like, nobody drinks slow gin fizz. And here they are coming to the table, and they're like, can we get you drinks? And Heather's like, I'll have a slow gin fizz. And I'm like, I'll have a Tom Collins. We're, like, 17, right? They fucking served us. I can't believe it. That was one of the best weekends of my life. We got so drunk in this hotel room. Oh my god. But we didn't do anything bad. We just sat around. It was fun. Yeah, I have all kinds of stories from high school. We had so much fun back then. My friend Heather and I went to kindergarten, elementary school, junior high, high school, college, and graduate school together. Is that not totally crazy? It's totally crazy. We were talking the other day about when I saw her at Cheesecake Factory about my first year. I thought I was going to be an artist. And so I was in all these art classes and I had this big portfolio. And we would park on the Indiana. So we went to IUPUI, which is Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, like UCLA, but not. And we had to park way out there on the ice and snow in the winter, and then like slipping and sliding on our way in. And I had this big old portfolio. I thought I was gonna be such an artist. My mom kept that portfolio all those years. I found it down in the basement not too long ago, and I threw it in the trash. I didn't even look at it. I was the worst artist in the entire world. Oh my god. Those were the years of Shoney's Breakfast Buffet and Racks, Steak and Shake, and Denny's till 3 o'clock in the morning. And those little metal ashtrays, and you could smoke in them, and we would just drink coffee for hours and talk about things like vampires and when we were going to move to the big city. And God, it's so fun to be young. I still do the same things. I'm 44. Obviously, you can see by my vlogs with Tanya, not a lot has changed. You are so good. You know, like sometimes when you go to McDonald's and you get chicken nuggets and they're just not good, like these are really good. I've been really lucky ever since I did that ASMR chicken finger video on my other channel. The nuggets have been like of perfection each time. I don't miss being younger, and I don't mind getting older. Like, it's not what I thought it would be. Like, for you younger kids out there. Like, I definitely never thought I would be, like, 44. But, like, in my head, like, I honest to God don't feel 44. Like, I still feel like... I don't feel 16. Some days I do. But I still feel like 20, 22, sometime in there. You know, like, I still feel young-hearted inside. What's weird about getting older is, like, even the numbers don't bother me, like the 30 and the 40. I'll tell you what was weird from my 30s. I didn't have an issue turning 30, but when I turned 31, I was like, oh my God, I'm really in my 30s now, right? And I remembered that I used to watch this show called 30-something with my mom when I was growing up, and it was about all these couples that were in their 30s, and they were advertising executives and owned their own houses and stuff like that. And I didn't have that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in my 30s, and like, I'm not like these people at all. Which is a good lesson to never compare your life to somebody else's, right? Because your journey is so completely different. And even though I was like, don't have all those things that those people do, all of my friends all the people that I knew in high school that have those things are always like, kind of sellouts, or they'll be like, I feel like I'm a sellout and you have such an exciting life. And I'm like, do I? I just live my life the way that I want to. Excuse me, but what's weird for me, and I think this is also because my mom died so young. God, belching, excuse me. That was disgusting, Peter. I would edit that out, but I don't know how to edit. So anyway, although I did get a Mac today, so I guess I should learn how to edit. But I can't believe I just belched on camera. Get over it. Worse things are out there. But what's weird to me is that, like, time is going by. Like, life is going by, and like one day you wake up and you're 44 and you're like, how the hell did this happen? Like, oh my God, I'm 44, right? You never think it's gonna happen, then all of a sudden it just creeps up on you. 30 was like that, 25 was like that. It's bizarre, right? And then one day you're sitting in your mom's funeral, one day you're sitting in your aunt's funeral, and you're like, life is like happening really quick. And it's not like I get sad about it. What it is that like, time is going really fast and I'm not ready for it yet. Like, I'm not ready for life to be over. Like, I have a lot of things I want to do. I have a lot of experience, just sitting at my family's house, you know, or sitting at Alex's family's house, or, you know, just a lazy day like we had today. Like, I love all of that. Like, that is just as important to me as the big stuff, like traveling and having experiences and careers and all that stuff. Sometimes the smallest moments are the most important moments for me. And so it's like, I'm just not ready for life to be over yet, you know? And one of the reasons why I always say on here, you know, and remember that we're on borrowed time as it is because we truly are. And somebody asked me on here not too long ago, they said, what do you mean by being on borrowed time? And I said, death is inevitable. Like, we're all going to die, right? So if we know that, like, and we never know when, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen 30, 50 years from now. You know, my dad is 76 and he's just going right at it. So if I live to him, I mean, he is a surgeon and he still practices surgery at 76. And if I was him, I mean, then I still have 32 years. 32 years is a long time, you know? So it's like I have a lot of life in me left. I need to lose the weight and I need to, you know, start getting active and things like that if I want to live. My dad's in good health. So, but you know, it's like, that's what's weird about it is that you realize that life is going short and it's like you really want to enjoy life. And instead of complaining and bitching and moaning about life, it's like I want to just be so full of gratitude and really enjoy it. So on that note, this has gone very, very long. I love you guys. And remember, like I always say, we're on borrowed time as it is.